This is probably the worst time to be trying something like this, but I want to see what I'm going to be like after a week of having zero coffee. Now today is Tuesday. I was going to start this yesterday, but by 9:30 a.m. I'd already had 2 coffees. So then, okay, I can't do it today. But in my defense, it's been a little bit stressful over here. My boiler is leaking in 2 places. And the boiler man came last week and he fitted a new valve. Everything was fine and well. But yeah, there's now 2 leaks. One of them, I can't stop myself. And they won't send someone for 2 days. I rang them up yesterday and says, oh, sorry, can't send anyone until Wednesday. I was like, I've got a leak. Don't think you understand. So I've been really, really stressed. And so yesterday, it was just a write-off, okay? Yesterday was a write-off. Today is when the real challenge begins. And it is what now? Like, it's nearly 11 a.m. And I've just been having water. It is but water, okay? I'm not having coffee. And I want to go from like Tuesday to Monday, which is very random, but it's just what we have to do. And I want to see, well, 1, how my body responds. And 2, if I can get more productivity out of it as well. Maybe I'm using coffee as a crutch. Maybe I rely on it too much to try and solve my everyday problems, all the while just burying my head further into the sand. So maybe this is also going to help me confront any demons that linger. But I am very excited to just have just a normal kind of week. Hopefully I don't, run into any problems. Hopefully I don't have any withdrawal symptoms from it, because I'm telling you, I've had coffee like every day, at least 2 or 3 times a day for the last 13 years. I want to say 13 years. I started drinking coffee when I went to community college. Used to hate the stuff. And then my whole world changed. My whole world changed after having a petrol station Costa coffee machine coffee. I mean, it wasn't even nice, but something happened. Something unlocked in me that day. And then 13 years later, I mean, I've got like 8 freaking syrups over there. I've got a whole ass coffee machine over there. I'm a fiend. I'm an actual coffee fiend. So eliminating that for 7 days. And I'm going to check in periodically, let you know how I'm doing. And so I am going to be reading this week as well. I'm actually in the middle of Assassin's Apprentice by Hobb. This is a reread, but the first time I read it was in 2020. And I don't really remember a whole lot because 2020 was a pretty hectic year. So I am actually 76 pages in. I've read the first 4 chapters and I'm really enjoying it. Again, I think I gave it like 3.5 to 4 stars back in 2020. And while I feel like I'm reading this for the first time, I'm not going to lie, a lot of things I genuinely did not remember from the very first 4 chapters alone. So I am having a fun time. That's the plan for now. I'm really hoping that I will see this through. I believe in myself. I do. I do think it's going to be a challenge, but it is a challenge that I'm willing to face. Pray for me, like the video if you enjoy, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave comments down below as well. Let me know if you've ever went cold turkey when it comes to coffee. And let's do this. Okay, so when was that? Around about like 11 a.m. It's now nearly 4 p.m. And I've only read like 40 pages, if that, of Assassin's Apprentice. Whenever I finish a chapter, I just want to close my eyes. I really do feel incredibly tired. Like, and it's day 1. It is day 1. I feel exhausted. But I do have a live show in 6 minutes. So I will be doing that. I'll be continuing Assassin's Apprentice, which I do really enjoy. I'm 108 pages in now. And if you don't know what this is about, we do follow Fitz. And he is the bastard son of a prince. And even though Fitz didn't ask for it, he is being reviled by a lot of people. Like it's his fault for being born. And now, at the part of the story where I'm at, he is being trained to become an assassin. And you know what? It's so interesting, the change in character of Fitz already. Because, I have so much sympathy for him. And I feel so bad for him. And then we get to this point and we're talking about, training him up to be able to kill someone without anyone noticing and things like that. And I see him coming out of his shell quite a lot now too. So that's been really interesting character growth already. But also at the same time, he's still a very lonely child. Now, I actually don't know how old he is right now, 100 pages in, but he was incredibly young. I believe we started the story off at 6 years old. So that is like incredibly young. So to see him go from 6 to whatever age he is now, I don't think it's actually like fully mentioned exactly, It's just said like several years later, and you know, events have happened, things have happened, and so he's just a little bit older. And I'm liking him. I'm liking him a lot. I genuinely cannot remember where it goes from here. I can't remember what his change in character leads to, or like the occupation, the career that he is now finding himself in. I mean, he's still training at the minute, but I genuinely cannot remember what really happens much after this point. Loving the imagery of like the castle that he's in, the tower that he needs to ascend one dark night when a stranger wakes him up from the foot of his bed and takes him up this tower that continues to go up even long before the turret is supposed to have ended. And there are some really great visuals there, and they're visuals that I really do hope that we hone in on as the story progresses. Whether or not we move from this location, it is something that I genuinely do really want to see. So yeah, it is good. It is very good. I'm just like, I'm so tired. And I've been reading this since last week. I've been reading this for days, but I've just been a little bit preoccupied. Lots of stuff going on. So I want to take it easy when it comes to reading this week, since I'm dealing with a stressful boiler situation, no heat, no hot water, and also no coffee. I changed outfits because I did have a pretty big Zoom call that I had to do after my reading sprints, and that is now done. Like, I couldn't just wear my Cheetah Girls hoodie to it, but I've changed. I'm now into this. In fact, actually, after the meeting, I did do nearly an hour on the walking pad because I'm trying so hard to close my fitness rings. So this is this week, right? That's this week, right? So far. So we've got the 2, but look at last week. Look at how almost perfect last week was. Monday let me down. It was the only day. And I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, so this week, I want to get all of the rings closed every single day. So yeah, it was like, oh my God, what time was it? It was like 9 p.m. It was 9 p.m. And I was like, okay, I'm getting on the treadmill then. Getting on the walking pad, which is crazy considering I have been nearly falling asleep today through lack of coffee. Genuinely, like during reading sprints today, I barely read much. I'm now on page 140. Like, why am I taking so long? I'm taking so long. I feel like after tomorrow, once the boiler is fixed, I'm just going to be flying after that. I'll be flying. And I am still really enjoying this. Don't get me wrong, I'm still really enjoying this. I mean, I'm now at a point where the story is slowing down a little bit, and we're seeing Fitz in the field, essentially. Like, he's being tasked to do something. And so that's going to be really interesting to see unfold. But I didn't really get too much read during the sprints, even though I really wanted to. Just too many distractions and stuff. And yeah, it was nice doing it down here as well. I do like sprinting and reading in the living room. But I thought I would be dead by now. I did. Like, genuinely, the amount of times I was closing my eyes as I was reading, I was just like, I could just fall asleep right now. I could just fall asleep. But now I'm wired. It is now 11 p.m. It's 11 p.m. I feel a little bit awake. Just a little bit. I feel a little bit awake. I'm just like, how? I've had no coffee today. I could have fallen asleep earlier, but I didn't. I mean, obviously, like, the run, I did do, like, a 20-minute run and then, like, a 40-minute walk on the walking pad. So, obviously, that couldn't really help. But, like, also, that did exhaust me. That has now exhausted me. So, maybe I just need to turn some lights off, maybe go to bed and just wind up. Maybe try and read. Not, you know what, actually, I might go to bed right now and read another chapter of Assassin's Apprentice in bed. I think that could be really good. That could help me. But so far, on day 1 of no coffee, I don't really have too much to report other than I feel like I could have slept the entire day. But no headaches. That's what I was the most worried about, was the headaches. I was really worried about that. But no, we're all good. I have training at 9 a.m. and my mum is coming here at about 7:30 a.m. because the boiler man is supposed to be coming between 8 and 1. And I didn't want to cancel going to training, so my mum said she would come here and she would let the guy in. And yeah, I need to check on the bowl upstairs to see if it's filled with water yet. Honestly, after tomorrow, it's going to be such a stress-free week. I'm telling you now, there's going to be no stress after tomorrow. Like, none. I promise you. I started this week with good intentions. I really did. And it just hasn't gone my way so far. Although saying that though, like the Zoom call that I just had a couple of hours ago now. Went really well. The reading sprints, so good. Everything else is great. It's just like, you know when you're just like stressed about boiler stuff? You know when you're stressed about a leak in your house? Just in case the floor falls through, you know, just when you're a little bit stressed about that. It's fine. It's fine. As Gloria Gaynor says, I will survive. Okay, day 2 of the no coffee challenge, and I still feel absolutely fine in terms of energy and stuff. I mean, I would absolutely kill for a cup of coffee right now. The boiler man's been, and he has to order a pot, and it's Wednesday today. He said the earliest is Monday. Monday. He said I could have hot water on, but it will exasperate, is that the right word? The leaking. And so I don't want to risk it. So that's annoying because it is freaking Wednesday. It is the week I'm doing no coffee. I could just have one right now. I could just have one. I really could. Just, it would calm me down so much. But I need to not rely on it so much to calm down. So yeah, I'm just gonna suffer. I want to suffer. He said I can still have the heating on. It's like the hot water tank thing. It's like a big balloon looking thing that is like dripping, and whenever I do turn the hot water on, it just makes the leaking go faster, and so I don't want to risk it, so I'm not going to turn it on. But I do have a couple of friends who live very nearby. I only made friends with them a few months ago as well. I met one of them at the gym, and now I'm friends with like him and his partner, and I had to ask them, can I use your shower? And they were like, yes, of course you can. So I have been using their shower. It is like a 4-5 minute walk to theirs, and I just feel like this is just not ideal. I really want to shave as well, but I don't want to, you know, shave at theirs. I don't want to start taking the piss. I mean, I might just have to shave with cold water, to be honest. I might just have to do that because I just don't want the leaking to get any worse. It's Wednesday. It is Wednesday. It is Wednesday. Monday. You did say, I'll try and like email and see if they'll come earlier. I'm sorry, like this is such a complainy kind of thing, but I'm like, I'm going a week without. This is the worst week to do it. But like, I really wanted the challenge. I really wanted the challenge, and it's fine. I thought hopefully that today I would just forget about it, and I am going to forget about it. I'm not going to complain anymore. The last day of this vlog is going to be on Monday. I will let you know how that goes. Hopefully they come on Monday. He said, oh, well, we can get the part on Monday. Doesn't mean he's coming back on Monday. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm not going to complain about it. I'm sick of complaining about it. This has been an ongoing issue. I've always had problems with the boiler. I'm going to shut up about it. No more talk about it. No more. So yeah, today's a new day. I was at personal training this morning, and my mum stayed here while I went away so that she could let the boiler man in. And yeah, I haven't read any more. I was going to read in bed last night. Did I do that? No. No, I did not. I forgot it's like the 114th anniversary of the Titanic sinking, and I always get really fascinated with the Titanic around this time every single year. It is literally my specialist subject, so I ended up like watching some videos on that. Even though like there's nothing more that I could possibly learn about it, I still find it fascinating. So I did that last night before bed. I am gonna try and finish Assassin's Apprentice today. Also help me. That is gonna be my main priority, is finish Assassin's Apprentice. And if I don't finish it today, I'm just gonna move on to something else. I am enjoying it. I am, but like I'm getting a little bit like stir crazy just reading the same book for like days upon days upon days now. Like this is so unlike me that I'm just like, I'm flabbergasted. I just want progress. That's what I want to feel. I want to feel progress. I want to feel like I'm completing something, because everything else I'm just like not getting anywhere with. So that is essentially the plan today. Yeah, day 2 of 7. Here we go. Oh, and there is like something else about like bowel movements, but I'm not going to go in depth with that. I'm not going to even talk about it because I don't think we're going to want to know about that unless you do want to know about that. I'll leave it for now. I'll leave it for now. I'm just in the middle of doing the CCs for the video that's going out today, and I have good news, okay? My boiler is going to get fixed on Friday instead of Monday. So I said I wasn't going to mention it again unless there is good news. And we do have good news. So I don't mind mentioning it. I'm not as stressed anymore. Yay, this is a win. This is a win. So I'll let you know on Friday what the crack is. Fingers crossed that it does end up getting completely fixed and I don't have any more boiler issues. I am so excited to try this. This is soy and honey sea bass with sweet chili quinoa salad and kale. It looks so good. It looks so good. And it is from Fuel Hub. Love it.
It has been the most wonderful couple of years. I just think that it's time. That sounds so cringe, but hopefully you know what I mean.
I was saying that Captain Smith was there helping with the lowering and the filling of their lifeboats, and he indeed was around.
So I was peeing, and I put on my dressing gown. Well, I put on a dressing gown first, and then I went to pee. And I'm standing there peeing, and I just see a little bit of movement on my dressing gown on the shoulder right here. So I look, and it's a goddamn spider. It was a goddamn spider. I went from peeing to shitting myself. And I can't wear a dressing gown now. I can't wear a dressing gown. It's freezing cold. Like, what is going on? Like, literally, you know what? I said this week, I challenged myself not to have the one hot beverage, hot being the key word, the one hot beverage that brings me comfort and brings me joy. I just want an experiment. I just want to do an experiment and me doing it without it for a week. And yet, the man upstairs said, well, you want a challenge? I'll bring you a challenge. And I honestly, I feel like I've just been sent so many obstacles, so many battles that I have now had to fight this week just to survive. I'll be going to bed soon anyway. It's quite late. What time is it actually? It is now, well, it's 10:15 at night. And good news. I have finished Assassin's Apprentice, and I really enjoyed it. I'm giving it 3.5. There was definitely some things I forgot about. Like, it's really tragic. Like, some things that happen is really tragic. I can understand now why people get upset with the series. I imagine there's more to come. I imagine there's definitely more to come that's going to be even worse. But already, what we had in this, it moved me. It moved me. It does take a lot for me to, like, cry at a book. So it never really happens that often. And it didn't really happen again here, but I got close. And yeah, just seeing the progression of Fitz throughout. And there was a little bit of a slog in the middle. But then as soon as we got introduced to this guy who is, you know, an absolute arsehole in what he ends up like doing to Fitz and the training that Fitz has to go through, leading up to some really intense scenes by the end. There's all these questions about who can Fitz trust, like what can Fitz like feasibly do. And I kind of love the character progression of him trying to use his own initiative to do certain things, because like that situation that he's in is kind of terrifying, but like he's able to kind of go with his gut a little bit, and it doesn't always work out, which I'm kind of grateful for, because to have Fitz be a character who was like a 6-year-old boy at the start and, you know, not have a whole lot of skills to now, like it's a massive character arc, but still he is still learning. He's not perfect, and that is what I enjoy about the character. So characters are great. I do really like the characters. The plot itself, I will say, yeah, like some of it did bore me a little bit. And I have heard that the series gets better. I have heard that this is probably some people's like least favorite one in the trilogy. So that's kind of reassuring. I do obviously want to continue, and I will continue this year. It is in my 26 books read in 2026. But yeah, no, I can't even fault it. And you know what, actually, there was some character, well, there was definitely a character who I thought I would dislike because of the way that she would treat Fitz. Or at least like the way that we were told that she would treat Fitz. There's just more to her. And I'm talking about Patience. There's more to her a little bit. Like I kind of want to delve more into that a little bit more and talk about the position that she's in and her kind of connection to Fitz and like what she has to now kind of be and the stuff that she goes through. It's like, yeah, there's like so many interesting things that I feel like you could really pick apart. And I feel like, honestly, like the plot itself is maybe the most least interesting when it comes to the characters. I think characters trumps plot in this one, to be honest. Saying that though, there was still, again, like some excitement towards the end. And I do really like the exploration of like the bigger world as well. Like we haven't really been introduced to too much, but there has been something brewing. There is something brewing. And it's something that I feel like we will be building to and leading to. So like parts of the world are like seeping in, and that's been really interesting to read. So yeah, I'm just glad to finally be finished with it. I have been reading it for 4 days, which actually isn't that much. I thought it was longer than that because I started on April 11th. But yeah, I thought I'd actually been reading it for a lot longer than that. But no, it just feels like it because it's already felt like quite a long few days, like a long weekend, long week so far. So yeah, I finished that, and then I decided to do a little bit more of my Lego Baradeur, which I have been doing for longer. I've been doing it for about 3 weeks. 3 weeks so far, and this is the progress. I will show you. Love me a good little hobbycraft sesh, but this is what I've got so far of it. And I'll finally have it done after owning this set for 1.5 years. It's been accumulating dust in my wardrobe upstairs. It's been accumulating dust, and we finally have a good start. So I finished the first booklet. There are 2 more booklets to go. 2 more booklets to go. So I need to like the big massive tower bit now. And I'm really excited. It's already looking so good. If you ask me, it's actually already looking quite big. And I'm like, where do I actually put you? I have no idea. I have no idea where to put it. But yeah, that is kind of my progress. I'm not tired yet. So I am going to just... I don't know what I'm going to do, to be quite honest with you. I could play some more Pokopia, but I haven't really been like... I mean, I do still love Pokopia, but I haven't been gravitating towards it right now. I know I don't want to start another book either. I don't want to start another book. I don't even know what I want to read next. It could be anything. I could start the sequel to this, but I kind of want to space that out a little bit, you know? I don't want to bog myself down. So I'll decide what I want to read at some point. I was really tempted to make myself a decaf coffee, but I was like, no, I'm not having coffee at all. That includes decaf. No decaf, no full calf, no nothing. I could just like do with one. I could really just do with one, but I'm not. Other than that, I feel fine. Other than that fucking spider jump scare earlier. Oh, he's coming to say hello. I feel like you haven't seen him that much in this vlog, have we? No, I haven't. I haven't seen much of you. At least not compared to usual. Yeah, he's gonna come lie on us, even though we're just chilling. We're just chilling.
Please order, I think I might have unboxed in a video. And then my Gavin haul, all of those books I showed in my vlog with Gav. If you haven't seen that yet, I'll leave a link to the description box down below, and it'll be up here somewhere. So I don't see the point in repeating myself too heavily on those.
You don't have to show me that anymore. Never have to look at this cover again.
I planned to go. Everest was gonna go with me, but they weren't feeling well, so Joey ended up coming with me. I got 3 books that I own by Alexis Henderson, signed and personalized. One of the booksellers there, the horror bookseller, or the one who's in charge of the horror section, wrote down my name, and it looked like Eden, so she signed it as to Eden, and then I was like, oh.
I don't know why I'm vlogging my lowest moments, but I'm gonna go work out. It's my day off, but I'm gonna go work out, and I'm gonna use the public gym showers. Like, what have I been reduced to? My local friends on in today, and like I need a shower today. I need a shower. I'll come back, I'll shave. I don't mind using cold water to shave. I'm gonna walk down. And you know what? It's gonna feel so good. I'm gonna get some fresh air. I'm gonna listen to some music, and it's gonna be great. And then when I come back, yeah, I'll shave, but I'll also pick a book to read, because I am debating whether or not to film the Q&A video today or tomorrow. I might just do it tomorrow because my shower should be fixed by then. I should have heating by then as well. So yeah, I think today I might take it easy again today. And I do have an idea of what I actually want to read. In fact, I know exactly what I want to read, and I'm going to take it upstairs. I also want to say how much room I've got in this room now. I've got the chair back in here. And yeah, there's so much room in here as well. So I might move this spinning bookcase into the other room potentially. Or I might try and move it here. Like, maybe if I try and move that along and have the spinning bookcase there. I don't know. Something will happen with it. Something will happen. So even though this has been out in Australia for a while, it's only just come out in the UK. And I got my pre-order of it, gosh, like a few days ago now. And I was so excited that it came in. So this is Everyone in This Bank is a Thief by Benjamin Stevenson. This is either the 3rd or 4th book in the Ernest Cunningham series. The reason why I'm saying that is because there is a Christmas novella, which I have read, but I don't know if I'm counting that as like 2.5 or book 3 or what. So like this could be either book 3 or 4. I don't know. I'll look into it. But yeah, I am extremely excited. I love the series. I love the first book. Everyone in my family's killed someone. Really enjoyed the second book as well. And the Christmas novella was really fun too. So this one, I guess, is about 10 heists, 10 suspects. Yeah, the main character, Ernest Cunningham, he becomes an author to write about the experiences he had in the first book. And now he does seem to be embroiled in these bank heists somehow. Like, it's honestly so insane how this guy is like getting caught up in these kinds of things, but like I don't care. Like I really do enjoy the humor. I enjoy the characters. I think it's such a really good series. So if more bizarre things start getting thrown his way, I'm there for it. I'm absolutely there for it. He is currently chained up in a bank, and there are 10 of us trapped here. And at first glance, no one seems an obvious killer. The bank robber, the manager, the security guard, the teenage gamer, film producer, the priest, the receptionist, the patient, the carer, and me. But nothing in this mystery is as it seems. And it'll be a really nice change of pace as well after Assassin's Apprentice. So we're going to take this downstairs, and we're going to keep it with us. And then, yeah, I'm going to pick a playlist to listen to as I go down. Tobu is currently sunbathing as usual. I mean, not that it's like really hot or anything, but like when the sun comes through, it really heats up. Or you can just see him enjoying himself, can't you? Oh, well, you continue to enjoy yourself. I won't disturb you any longer. He's like, ash, ash. Where's the only thing that you will play with? Where is it? Are you lying on it? Are you lying on it? Give us it. Give us it. Give us it. Ash, ash. What's this? What's this? You are lying on it? I couldn't get it. I couldn't get it. This is the only thing he will play with. The only thing. Nothing else. How lucky am I to have two incredible kitty cats? How lucky am I? You two are so adorable. You continue sleeping. You continue sleeping. And is that Ash's paw on Tobu right now as well? That is so cute. Oh my god. Okay, I'll leave you alone. I'll leave you alone.
I don't want another lover of a pixelated dream, a barren, burning wasteland where nobody can be seen. I only wanna have you as a river does a creek, drinking up the other and bending. I don't wanna see another through a mighty.
I just sat down to start reading and I got a knock at the door, and I did a couple of days ago. You know, HarperCollins, they had a 50% off sale on their website, and that included all of their Agatha Christie books. And I was like, well, let's splurge a little bit. So I got 13. I got 13. And I got like the really like beautiful like hardbacks. Whoa. Beautiful hardbacks, and I wanted to, and I filmed like a little reel, a little unboxing video, but the box came really damaged. Like DPD must have dropped it and it must have come open and stuff, because like it's a proper damaged box. Like it's got the DPD tape all around it. Unfortunately, there's only like scuff marks. Like they're not really that badly damaged at all. Like I'm not going to complain about it. Obviously, like this was not the cheapest, even though it was 50% off. I did go a little bit crazy. And yeah, I was just like, I saw the box and I was like, this is not going to make a nice, cozy, aesthetic unboxing video. But it is what it is. Look, I've got 13 brand new cases to solve now. Slagatha's work is never done, is it? Slagatha Christie's work is never done. So I'm very excited to get into them. So I'm going to have to log all of these into my spreadsheet. Yeah, I literally just sat down to read. I haven't even finished the first chapter yet. And then I got the knock at the door. I was like, oh my god, my stuff has come. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Now I'm going to edit this reel though. But I don't often do shorts. I don't do reels. They take so long to edit, and they're only like little things as well. Don't know how people do them often. I genuinely don't.
せっかく階段があるのに誰も使いやしないんだから、またとんでもないことをやら。
I have decided to put my Agatha Christie books over there. Do you like it? Do you think it looks okay? Like, I've got my desk and stuff there. moved my Agatha Christie because, yeah, I did get a whole bunch of those books today. I did do a reel, an Instagram reel, and I put it on TikTok and I put it on as a YouTube short. Look at me being a little short content king. So yeah, I actually did decide to make a TikTok. I mean, I already had a TikTok, but I didn't use it. But I've decided that I'm going to try and start using TikTok. I'll leave a link down below if you want to follow along on that journey. But I have paused everyone in This Bank is a Thief because I wanted to eat. So I've eaten and I watched the 3rd episode of Witch Hat Atelier. Oh my god, I love it so much. Like, Witch Hat Atelier. You know what, after I finish this, I might read volume 14 of Witch Hat Atelier in this vlog because it's the brand new volume. I haven't read it yet and I just want to read it so badly. Oh, and I've also made a hot water bottle because I'm so cold. I cannot wait for this boiler to be fixed tomorrow. In terms of how I feel, genuinely, I don't feel any different. I don't feel any different from not having coffee. Is that weird? I mean, I know I'm still having like caffeine and, you know, carbonated drinks. I had a Monster earlier. So it's like, but I miss the taste. I actually do miss the taste. And I do want it so badly, but like, I don't feel different. Like, I'm not in any pain. I'm not in any pleasure. Like, I genuinely do not feel different at all. So yeah, apparently my relationship with coffee means nothing. Ugh, I genuinely thought I would be like on the floor by now, but I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. So while I snuggle into my hot water bottle, I've been really enjoying this so far. I've got a bone to pick with Benjamin Stevenson though, because there was a little bit of a Sherlock Holmes spoiler, and I'm going to be reading Sherlock Holmes for the very first time next month. And it's like a little bit of like a Hound of the Baskervilles spoiler, which I don't know if it's like a full-on proper spoiler, but the author himself, like, or even Ernest Cunningham himself, because he's the one like narrating and he's got that kind of banter with the reader, he's the one who says, oh, spoilers for Hound of the Baskervilles, I guess. Like, you bitch, you absolute bitch. But like, to be fair though, I don't think it's that much of a spoiler, so like, I should be okay. But if you're wanting to read that first, and then, you know, just to let you know, I don't know what it is with these kinds of mysteries that love to spoil older, you know, classic mysteries. I remember every time I go on vacation, someone dies by a different author. That one spoils the twist in The Murder of Roger Ackroyd by Agatha Christie. So I'm like trying to avoid spoilers for Sherlock Holmes in Agatha Christie books. Like, they're coming at me from all angles and I'm trying my best to avoid them. Like, stop spoiling the older classics. I mean, I know like the older and stuff. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So yeah, I've been really enjoying this. I honestly do love the chemistry between Ernest and his fiance. Like, genuinely, they are an adorable, amazing couple. Like, in a world, in a book series where there are like the grisly things happening, there are like murders and stuff that have happened in the past, and you know, they're caught up in so many things, but I really do love how they work with each other. I love that. So those characters are developing 4 books in now, and the plot of this is like genuinely really exciting. I love the fact that Ernest hasn't brought himself into this like bank heist thing, and it's been like a little bit odd as well because, you know, like the person who's holding them hostage is not like, it's just like a little bit different, you know, like it's not as like, you do have the humor, as always, you do have the humor that is in these books, and there's so many great moments that I've highlighted, or just underlined, I should say. I don't really highlight, because I'm sick of highlighters running out after like 5 uses, you know what I mean? It's just like, oh my god, 10 suspects, 10 heists, that much I've deduced. That sounds insane, trust me, it is. Just the directness with the reader is always such a beautiful thing. A beautiful thing. Love the first line as well. I'll not say what the exact first line is, but the first line of the prologue, banger. Banger of the first line. Benjamin Stevenson really knows how to hook me from the very first sentence. And it continues to happen 4 books in. I mean, I could get even more read today, but I think I'm going to finish it tomorrow instead. I'm going to chill for the rest of the night. I think I might boot up Porcopia. I haven't played on it in a good few days. I actually don't think I've played on it since I've started this vlog. I don't think so. It's been days, absolute days. So while my boys are asleep upstairs, I think I'm going to boot it up. Oh, see, now would have been the perfect time for a decaf coffee as well. A nice cinnamon bun, decaf, oat milk, cappuccino. That would have just gone down such a treat right now.
Hearing only fables and giving people names. I only wanna have you in a common kind of way. Finches in the morning, in the sound of a night train.
It tried to get me, but I managed to get through. Haha, missed me again. Missed me again. Good news, everyone. The boiler is fixed. It's fixed. You had to replace that big, massive thing, but no longer is it dripping. And the heating works, the hot water works. I really don't want to jinx it, but I'm hoping that this nightmare is now over. This is day 4 of the no coffee, and I have been drinking pink Moscato instead. I filmed a Q&A video today. Got more emotional than I thought. And I really don't feel like vlogging too much today. I've been filming, I've been editing. I have finished editing the video. It's now like 10:30 p.m. Well, no, now it's nearly 11 p.m. It's currently exporting. So that's all good. I'll finish the bubbly pink Moscato, but I'm not going to do any more reading. I haven't read anything today. I still feel fine in terms of like not having coffee. I've felt fine all day. I did again have a Monster, and I'm having pink Moscato, so like maybe I'm just like replacing the coffee, you know, like need for something else. I genuinely thought I would be having some kind of reaction by now. I still want some, don't get me wrong, I still want some, but no. 3 more days to go. It's gonna be an interesting weekend, but I will 100% finish Everyone in This Bank is a Thief tomorrow, like 100%. I have a true crime with my night tomorrow night, so I really shouldn't have had any drink tonight, to be honest. I'll finish before then. I'm doomed. I feel the icy breath of death upon my neck. Take me to the window. I wish to say goodbye. Okay, so I am either a little bit hungover or it's the coffee. But I do feel like it might just be the fact that I did have a full bottle of bubbly pink Moscato last night. I mean, I don't feel like sick or anything. I'm just like so tired and I don't have that much energy. And I mean, I guess it could be the lack of coffee. Because if I was hungover, I feel like I would be feeling a bit sick, right? I don't feel sick. But I am feeling very low energy. Very low energy. I barely moved today. It's 3 p.m. It's 3 p.m. I did finish my book though. I finished Everyone in This Bank is a Thief. And I really enjoyed it. Like, really, really enjoyed it. It gets so crazy by the end. By the time we get to the parlor scene, there have been so, like, you know what, there's like a little bit of a That's So Raven moment. And some of it gets so ridiculous. But it's like, it's so fun. It's so entertaining. But yeah, the parlor scene, that was so theatrical. It was so unnecessarily theatrical as well. But I low-key respect it. I do. Well, I don't feel like I properly connected to any of the characters outside of Ernest and Juliet. Yeah, it was still such a fun time. And I liked seeing how each person kind of played a part in the overall story. And then like finding out why this was all happening and stuff. Like that was really cool. It wasn't as like, it was very exciting. Maybe it wasn't as engrossing, I guess, as the first 2 books in the series, which I gave like 5 and 4.5. So I'm going to give this one a 4. I do think this one's a 4. Still got me by the throat. I do still really enjoy the series. I hope there's more to come. I actually don't know if there is. There wasn't anything in the back of it saying that there would be another one. But yeah, 4 stars. I'm really glad about that. I still have like 4 hours before True Crime and Wine. I'm not having any wine today. I'm not having any wine. It'll most likely be True Crime and Water. Or True Crime and Mountain Dew Baja Blast is what's going to happen. So I've still got plenty of time before then. I again haven't moved my fitness ring. Look at my fitness rings. My fitness rings. I want to close it so bad. So I need to go on the treadmill or like the walking pad for at least 56 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with Atelier Volume 14. This is the brand new volume. The newest volume that's been released in English. Oh, and I'm so excited. It's literally been over a year. Over a year since I read volume 13. Because it takes so long for these volumes to come out. And this story's getting so freaking amazing, so freaking exciting. We do follow Coco. She has always wanted to be a witch, but, you know, being a witch and how witches perform magic is like kind of, people don't know how they do it. But something happens at the very start of Witch Hat Atelier that causes Coco to go with Kefri. And Kefri is a very skilled witch, and he has an atelier, and he takes Coco there where she meets some other girls who are also part of this atelier. And it's such a great story about magic. The art style is gorgeous and beautiful. The anime has just started as well, 3 episodes in, and the anime is absolutely freaking stunning and amazing. So it's like really getting me in the Witch Hat Atelier like mood again. So I want to start volume 14. I want something nice and easy. I haven't picked up a manga volume in quite some time now. It has been a couple of months, actually. I think it's been a couple of months. I think February I read some Vinland Saga, and it's been months now. So gonna read some Witch Hat, yay. And I'm gonna read that while I'm on the walking pad, and I'm gonna go on the walking pad for 56 minutes. Currently watching Jade on Sprints. But I'm also like just like so tired. I could easily sleep. I feel like I could easily just like sit here, close my eyes and go to sleep. Got you. Oh, I need to show you my progress as well with the Lego Barada from The Lord of the Rings. Look at that. I still have one more booklet to do. I finished the first 2 booklets. I have one more booklet to go. And I have 13 bags to do as well. It's looking so good, isn't it? It's looking so good. It's looking so good. And again, I kind of really do love having my Christie books down here. This actually looks so satisfying to me. Like, so bloody satisfying.
Mo came a couple of days before the race.
I have had my duvet cover washed for the last week and a half, and I still haven't put it on. I can't be bothered. Like, this is the worst part of bedding, is this part, because it needs to be so exact. All the corners need to be so exact. The area around my face needs to be so exact. I just can't be bothered. And I've just, you know, it needs to be put on. But yeah, it's been a week and a half. I've watched the entire thing, but it's the worst part to put it on, and I've neglected it for the last week and a half. So I think I will do it tonight. I'll do it tonight. Don't twist my arm. It is literally currently nearly midnight. I have finished Witch Hat Atelier Volume 14 hours ago. I finished it before True Crime and Wine Night. I had Coca-Cola. I didn't have wine, I had Coca-Cola. But I read the entirety of this on my walking pad, and it took me 42 minutes. That's how long it took me to read Witch Hat Atelier Volume 14. I loved it. I loved it. I mean, it's going to get a 4-star as well. It's hard when it's in the middle of action. It's hard when it's in the middle of a story. In Witch Hat Atelier, I'm not going to do any spoilers, but the arc that it's currently on, it's in the middle of some like action, in the middle of some drama. So it feels a little bit incomplete, because there is like the chapters themselves are just part of a bigger story. So I feel like it's harder to rate and review manga volumes when it's in the middle of that. But honestly, there was so many great moments I took photos of as I was walking on the walking pad. One of the things I love about the series is that Coco is an incredible main character. She is so imaginative, and she can really come up with some really good solutions to problems. And like, she thinks outside of the box, and she says, I won't let myself get dragged down by the despair that says I can't, so I give up. I'll never give in to that feeling. I love that. She's been on such a journey since Volume 1, and to see her really take action in her own life is genuinely so inspiring. Love that they're using things that they learn as apprentices as well, because this is a world that is so vast and big and magical, and the characters in this, the main characters in this, are just like apprentices, and they are at the beginning of their like magical journey, and yet the problems they're in are so massive and so big, and yet the adults in this world and the more experienced witches in this world are not looking at the basic way of solving problems. For instance, you know, like they come up with a solution and they're like, oh, I didn't think of doing something like that since my school days, kind of thing. And I love the fact that we're not forcing these characters to be more than they should be at this minute, and they are doing solutions that make sense to them in their journey. So it's not like they're being thrust into this big massive mess right now, like a huge adult problem that's happening right now, and making them solve it thinking like they're adults. You know, they're actually using what they've learned and their skill levels, but at a much grander scale. And I love that we're not like forcing them to be adults, you know what I mean? So many great, like, touching moments. The art style is, again, so incredible. It made me laugh a couple of times as well, despite it being such a fast-paced, really dramatic plot. And yeah, I just freaking, it was awesome. It was awesome. But yeah, as I say, it's like just part of a bigger story. So I feel like giving it a 5-star, I don't know if I could, even though there were some moments in this that I genuinely loved. I don't know if I could give this volume itself 5 stars. I'm most likely going to read the chapters that are available to read that aren't bound in volumes yet. You can read them on, I think it's like K-manga or something like that. And I did look into it, and apparently it's still, you pay for it and you do support the mangakas and the artists still, because I didn't want to continue reading the series like illegally. I didn't want to like read the translations, like fan translations online, and not support the author. So apparently there is a place called K-manga where you do pay for it and it's like legit. So that's awesome. A little bit like how there's like the Shonen Jump app where you can read like new chapters of One Piece when they get released and stuff like that. So it's a little bit like that, I think. Anyway, yes, finished that. I will read a novel next, but I don't know what I want to read just yet. It is Saturday, so I have Sunday and Monday left for this vlog. So I kind of want to do something that I would be able to read in 2 days. I'm not 100% sure what that could be, because I'm preparing to do Imposter Toss next, and it's like a massive, it's going to be a massive one because I want to do big books for it. It was just nice to get a manga in, honestly. I really needed this for my soul, and it was nice to break it up. What can I say? So other than that, I will get ready for bed now. I am tired. It's not even midnight. I'm yawning. I feel like I could sleep. I will probably end up falling asleep before midnight, which that would be the first time in a long time I've done that. Well, I did manage to do that last month, but I was very jet lagged, so that doesn't count. Toby, what's up? What's the matter? He's gonna have me. No, you know what? I want to go to sleep before midnight. Toby was gonna keep me awake. Aren't you? Yeah, he has a look about him right now. Oh, I know he's not gonna let me fall asleep anytime soon. You know what those eyes are telling me? Daddy, it's playtime. Day 6, it is nearly the end of a full week without coffee, and I've decided I'm going to walk to the gym even though it's my day off. It is Sunday, but it's such a nice day today. Like, the sun is shining, so I'm going to walk down, and yeah, I mean, I've been in the shower. I've just been in the shower, and then I decided I just want to leave the house. I want to get out of the house, and then I'll just shower again when I get back. Like, the fact that I now have hot water is seriously, like, I will have 2 showers a day if I have to. And also, I'm still feeling good. I'm still feeling good. Maybe a little bit tired, but I feel like that's just me 24/7 anyway, with or without coffee. So yeah, gonna head down, put on some K-pop Demon Hunters, and let's absolutely kill the last day of the week. I genuinely didn't think I fell asleep today, because when I got home, I think I felt the first effects of not having coffee because I had something to eat. I sat down on the sofa. I don't think I fell asleep, but apparently, according to my sleep app, I did. I had my eyes closed for at least like 3 hours. Yeah, like how did this happen? How did this happen? I never sleep during the day. Like I never nap. But I sat down, my eyes were so heavy, even though it was like, what was like 2 p.m. or something. And I must have fell asleep, yeah. Yeah, essentially from 2:30 till just after 4 p.m. That never happens to me, so that's definitely the lack of coffee made me really, really sleepy. So I read nothing today. I had my movie night at 6. I woke up for that and we watched The Devil Wears Prada, which was amazing. I love the first Devil Wears Prada. It had just been like 15 years since I last saw it. Like 10, 15 years. And it was just so good. It was so good. It made me want to read the book. So I'm going to read the book maybe next week or something. And then go and see the new one when that comes out at the start of May. Very excited for that. But yeah, I've got no reading updates. I barely got any updates for today. So day 6 has been a little bit weird. Like I've been very low energy. And I haven't really been able to give much. I haven't been able to give much. So I'm just getting ready for bed. I've just brushed my teeth, flossed, mouthwashed. So I just really need to change and go to sleep, really. And then tomorrow is the final day. And I will try and read something tomorrow. I really do want to. Today I was just way too tired. I was way too tired to keep my eyes open to stare at a book and read. So are we ready? Are we ready for the final day of no coffee? No sleep, club, another club, another club. No, we're definitely going to sleep. Especially when I put on my ASMR boyfriend who always, always gets me to sleep.
Hey babe, guess we just got his license. Hop in, I'll drive us. We can go on a shorter trip. They put so many speed bumps in school zones. It's crazy. Oh no, my car is just old and it does that sometimes. So, where to? Oops. Almost didn't make the turn. We should be back on track. These people are so rude. Why can't they just go around? Why are they tailgating me? Going like 120 miles an hour already. Crazy drivers, am I right? Anyway, how's your day been going? Why do people blast their music like that? It's so loud and unnecessary. I barely hear you. Now there's a whole bunch of cars trying to tailgate me. Do they want to race or something? Oh man, I just swear. Why is that truck getting closer? Damn, those crazy drivers these days. Oh, look, we're at McDonald's. You want anything, babe? Babe.
It is so cold, but it is the last day of no coffee and I cannot freaking wait. I already feel myself wanting to go back to bed. I really do feel exhausted. And I've had a nice full breakfast and I'm ready for training in just under an hour. But I feel like I could close my eyes and probably go to sleep. So I do think energy and tiredness is the thing I've struggled with the most this week. But it is a brand new week now. It is Monday. And honestly, I wouldn't be having a coffee right now. I would be having a coffee right now if I'd started on Monday like the original plan and if my boiler wasn't an absolute nightmare. So I already can't believe it's been a week since then. But anyway, yeah, I still haven't really decided fully what I want to read. I might, for the last day, I might just catch up with Witch Hat Atelier, to be quite honest. I am, again, fancying more of it because I absolutely freaking love that series so much. And my friend Elliot from Elliot Brooks, she has been saying like how amazing it's been and I've been needing to catch up. So I think I might just end up doing that today if I don't fall asleep when I get home. But to help me actually, I forgot that I bought this when I was in America last month and it is a 5-hour energy, fixes tired fast, sugar-free, vitamins, 230 milligrams of caffeine, extra strength, strawberry watermelon drink. Like it looks like a shot. It looks like a shot. And I got this from like a vending machine in America. I put it in my bag and I just completely forgot about it until I found it about a week or so ago. I'm gonna have it. Maybe I might down it. Take 1/2 bottle for moderate energy. Take 1 whole bottle for maximum energy. Do not exceed 2 bottles daily. Contains caffeine comparable to 12 ounces of the leading premium coffee. Limit caffeine products to avoid nervousness, sleeplessness, and occasional rapid heartbeat. You may experience a Niacin flush, so hot feeling and skin redness, that lasts a few minutes. This is caused by increased blood flow under the skin. I'm a little bit scared, but I think I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need it today. And this is gonna help with the no coffee. I'll have this instead of my pre-workout drink. I'll give it a taste and then I'll drink it on my way down. I'll not do that. I'll drink it slowly during my walk to the gym. I just want to see what it tastes like if it tastes nice or not. That did slap a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, that did slap. Oh, yeah, it's not the best. But if it gives me energy, great. I might be doing a lot of this during my workout today. It is now 1:15 p.m. I've just gotten home because I ended up getting a message from Traveling Man and they had Gannibal Volume 4. So I put in a request for this nearly a year ago, I believe it was, because Ablaze Manga, who was like publishing this, they had some financial troubles, I think. And this was supposed to come out like 2 years ago. And I think it's supposed to be like 12 volumes in the series. They published the first 3. And then I think they might have gone under or something like that. And it didn't look likely that they were going to be publishing the rest of the series. But when I got that message, that email about it, I was like, oh my gosh, like they're actually publishing it. So I did end up going into town today so that I could pick this up. And in Traveling Man, every bit of manga is 3 for 2. So of course I had to go for that, didn't I? So I also picked up a Debana Volume 1. I have never heard this before, but it's a horror manga. Apparently it was like in the horror section. And it's about the brutal murder of a student at school and the victim's best friend confesses to the crime. However, apparently there's more to the story and the mystery unravels and it's a suspenseful crime drama. So it's not just like horror, but like crime drama. And I've never seen this, never heard about it before. And it was covered in plastic. So I was like, oh, that means this is something that you don't want people to look into. Like have a look inside and have a little peek. So I am genuinely so intrigued by this. I may end up reading it today. I'm not gonna lie. And then I got Apothecary Diaries Volume 5, the manga, also in the 3 for 2 as well. So I still need to read 2, 3, and 4. I've read the first volume. I really enjoyed the first volume, so we're going to do that. But then I did go into Forbidden Planet. I did. Like, when you're in town, they're right next to each other in Newcastle. There's, like, Traveling Man and then Forbidden Planet, essentially. There's a shop between them, but it's neither here nor there. But they do have actual books, and I did pick up The Soul Catchers by Naoko Higoshi, translated by Lucy North. I saw this on the stand, and it looks so good. It says the Japanese rediscover classic. This one is about 11 people who have died. Their souls are in the afterlife, but they're given the opportunity to go back to their loved ones. However, I think it's like some kind of twist. Yeah, nameless ghost offers them a joyous reunion with their loved ones, but not as you would expect. It is a soothing, witty, and surprisingly sensual take on the Japanese folk belief that an object can be inhabited by a human presence. So like you could come back as like a pair of earrings that one of your family members absolutely loves, or like your mother's hearing aid, a diary, a climbing frame, you know, like things like that, like you can come back as. So that just honestly sounds so intriguing to me. It's quite short. Could I end up reading this today? I don't know. And then of course there is like 3 for 2 in Forbidden Planet as well. I know I shouldn't have done this. Can't believe you've done this. But I did pick up Itchy the Witch Volume 2 because Volume 1 came out a few months ago and it's a series that really intrigues me. So I picked up Volume 1. Now I have Volume 2 so I can read both volumes together. And then I did pick up Hunter x Hunter Volume 9 because I do have like 1 through 7. They didn't have Volume 8. So I just picked up Volume 9 because I did actually struggle for what I actually wanted. And then My Hero Academia Volume 2 because I had the first volume, I did enjoy the first volume, and I might try and give this series a full-on read. So yeah, I do need to pick up the pace with the reading manga, to be honest. But yeah, I might also try and catch up again with Witch Hat Atelier today. So I'm sorry, like this is changing into a little bit of like a manga second half of this, and I know I have a separate manga channel, which I will link down below if you want to check it out. But like, I'm not doing any spoilers in this. I just want to talk about it briefly, just to keep my mind engaged, to keep myself reading. Or I might end up picking up this because it's like brand new. I'm quite excited about it. Why not? But again, I am very aware that my next Embosso toss is going to be big books. And I'm like, get myself mentally prepared for that. So I think reading manga up until then will be so helpful, like so beneficial. So yeah, I need to go in the shower, get changed, and hopefully I don't accidentally fall asleep. And hopefully that 5-hour shot thing that I had doesn't make me crash hard. Is my Toby Wonder here? Is he? Is he? Ash, what are you doing to your brother? Are you trying to sit on him? Hello, Toby. Hiya. Are you tired? Do you want us to come in with you? Oh, you're so warm. Oh, it's so warm under here, aren't you? Yes, you are. Can't believe Ash has been trying to kill you. Ash, you're so mean. Oh, I've just called up a Witch Hat Atelier. I gave... so I was looking at what the chapters would be in volumes in Japanese, since, you know, Japan are 2 volumes ahead. So I did read volume 15 and 16 in total and read a chapter beyond that. And I've given volumes 15 and 16 both 5 stars. 5 stars. There was like the end of a storyline that's been going for ages. Like I literally started the storyline over a year ago, and now it's come to a beautiful end, and I loved it. There was so much character work, so many character journeys. There was a few reveals that really, it was progressing the story so fantastically, and it's really got me like in such a manga mood again. I mean, it was just beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and it's so emotional too. Like it did get me so close to shedding some tears. But oh my god, it's just like, it's so amazing. Like there's 2 characters who I love, Kifri and Orugio. We got to see a little bit more of like their roots and how they first became friends and stuff like that. So that was absolutely wonderful. Coco as well, the main character, again showing such amazing character development. And I'm just so happy and excited that there's now like a fresh new arc. There's like a new storyline, like things are moving ahead. And it does feel so wonderful. So yeah, I just read like 20 chapters on the K-Manga app. I did buy some like tickets or whatever you call it so that I could support the manga. And yeah, I read those on my iPad, which I don't ever use unless it's for manga that I have to read digitally. And I'm just glad it's coming in handy. But 2 5 stars back to back. It was so wonderful and so good. I will say though, I was feeling tired. I could have happily had a nap like yesterday, but I'm refusing to do that. I really am. So now I am just going to chill. I might read some more, or I might like try and maybe do some editing to just like keep myself awake, at least until a decent enough time to go to bed. The last night of no coffee. The last night.
I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall and the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah.
This is the end. Oh, and before I forget, I did close all of my rings last week. Just in case you were wondering about my progress with that, because I forgot to mention it. But yay, look at that. I am so satisfied with that. We need to do it again. While I wait for my first coffee in 7 days to cool down a little bit, at least so that I can take a sip, I am ending this vlog where it all began. Right here, in this seat, by this window. I am going to take my first sip of coffee. I cannot wait. I cannot freaking wait. But I will say, as I'm wrapping up this vlog, I don't think I suffered, which is great. I don't think I suffered. The only thing was the tiredness, the fatigue, the lack of energy. Like, apart from that, I don't think I went through too much. I didn't have any headaches. I didn't feel sick or anything like that. I did miss it. I felt like my comfort was taken away. But no, I feel like I could, and cover your ears. Don't listen. I feel like I probably could do it again. I think I could. If I want to do this experiment, I'd probably do it for longer. And also, do I think I was more productive? I mean, I did a lot last week. I did, and yesterday as well. I did quite a lot, but I guess no more than usual. So was the experiment just an absolute waste of time? Probably. Can't say for sure whether it's helped me with other areas of my life. That might be a little bit TMI. You know what, even there I don't think it's helped me all that much. But I will be wrapping up. So I did read Assassin's Apprentice in this vlog. I gave it 3.5 stars. I read Everyone in This Bank is a Thief by Benjamin Stevenson. I gave this one 4 stars. I read Witch Hat Atelier Volume 14. I gave this one 4 stars. And then I read a couple of Witch Hat Atelier volumes, Volume 15 and 16, and I gave them both 5 stars. So it was a pretty good week of reading, in my humble opinion. Even though I did rely on a lot of manga towards the end, it doesn't matter. So now it's the end of the video, and if you enjoyed, please do leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave your comments down below as well. Let me know how you liked it, if you liked it. And now it's time. Now it's time. You didn't think I was going to leave you on a cliffhanger, did you? It's so good. It's so good. Like, just my coffees, I'm telling you, I don't want to blow my own horn. I don't want to toot it too hard, but I make some phenomenal cappuccinos with oat milk. It's just so freaking good. Like, this is what I needed. This is the best way of just starting the day. This is making me so happy. Now you don't want to watch the rest of this. We will be making out.